Whoa. Damn right, I'm a UPK nigga. Straight out of one west, no contest. We the best in the niggas who's living, trying to contend with the stress. Going through the text, no access. Cause you oppressed slaves. Niggas is dying off in waves. Living in dirt, now it's a grave. Niggas crosswalk through the crosswalk or the white chalk over the bodies of roads that you paid. Americans killing us, saying they fearing us with the drugs in the hood. Now my niggas delirious, put a gun in my face. All because of my race, quick boom flash for some skills to murder my ass. Like a chief in the slaughter, heart beating harder and harder. Baptized with these words, never dipping in water. So now we pray to the Father. The strength of the Father is looking for the marauder. Who's looking taking our dogs, nigga, it's wartime. Lights up, nigga, showtime. Got the green light for that ass, yeah, no time. Either boot up, shut up, or get your ass up. Cause we ain't got time to be playing this all fucked up America. Heaven for the thief, hell for the slave. Reaping what you sow, meaning giving back what you gave for a clean slate. Try to imitate if you was always fake America. Every city, state, this is your fate. Whoa, 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 to America. 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 On the timeline, giving the room to expose the intricacies of the inspired. You a model, the right shit, but getting lit is a pastime. So in a minute, I'm on that side. I hope you get it. If you didn't, you can crash rhyme. Kinda simple if you feel it, catch your last line. But it will confuse the bad mind. A damn shame. That's the exact thing on the jazz fried. Bombs from the sky, rich devil lullaby. Then the nigga fly. Hope you got an alibi. Bombs from the sky, rich devil lullaby. Devil misses high. See him from the parking lot. Never finna ball out. Devils finna fall out. All our warfare nightmares in the big house. They murdered us for years and thinking shit won't turn around. I never learned that this motherfucker burns down. Yell in the streets. Holding the breach. All of you angels bring woe to this beast. You rooting for time, but we play for keeps. I pray to my Father, bring woe to this beast. Remember the times we hung on them trees. All of you nations bow down to your knees. Remember them shit. They brought us in fleets. Fuck the Apollo. Bring them the heat. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, whoa, to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America.
God is going to destroy this empire, man. You about to see famine in this place. You think them fires in California is bad? That's just the beginning of what the Lord is about to do. Because you've been evil to the Lord's people. You've been wicked to the Most High's children, man. You've been destructive to the 12 tribes of Israel. Let me tell you something, black man. You got to put on your strength now, man. Put back on your strength and might, black man, because your day is coming. Your day is coming because the Lord is going to bring judgment on this earth.
Go ahead, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. Man, this is the Tuesday, the Brotherhood class, man, in Houston, Texas, man. So, you know, for the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about the crimes and, you know, the atrocities that's happening to the Native American, the Native Indian, the indigenous people. We didn't even talk about the Latinos, the Hispanic brothers and sisters. And now, this week, we're going to talk about the things that happen to the Negroes, the blacks. You know, a lot of times we talk about, you know, we know about the transatlantic slave trade. We know about, you know, the things that happen. But this week, we're going to get into the massacres. We're going to get into the things that most people don't really talk about. We talked about the massacres that happened with the Native Indians. We talked about the massacres that happened with the Latinos. But we're going to talk about some of the massacres that happened with the black people. Because at the end of the day, bro, like I've always been saying for the past, 4 weeks now, we are one. We're one people. And once we stop thinking that we're different, we're individuals, that we don't go through the same stuff. Once we get out of that mindset, then we can start loving one another. There was a lot of things we didn't understand, or a lot of things we didn't know that happened to the Latino and the Native Indian brothers and sisters. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go back. We have at least 4 weeks of classes that you can go back and read up or listen to on Tuesday. Go hear about some of the things that happened to the indigenous people. Some of the things that happened to the Latinos. And now we're going to talk about the things that happened to the black people. our brothers, the tribe of Judah. Our sisters, the tribe of Judah. You understand what I'm saying? Let's first go to Lamentations chapter 2, verse 14. Because this right here is going to let you know that we could have avoided a lot of things. But see, the reason why we're dealing with all this stuff is because of our religious leaders. It's because of the people that we put all our trust in when we should have never trusted them from the beginning. Go ahead.
Come. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 14.
Yeah.
Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity.
Keep going.
Thy captivity.
Understand this, man. If blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, if we would have known that all the things that we are doing right now are the reason why we're in captivity, do you think that we would keep doing it? See, all these prophets that you put on pedestals, all these prophets that you put on high, see, they have seen the vain and foolish things that you are doing, but you know what they're doing? They're doing the work of their father, the devil. They're doing the works of their fathers, the oppressor. See, they have seen the things that you are doing. And what are they doing? They're just watching you. But if you have known, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that you needed to turn away from drugs, that you needed to turn away from prostitution and whoring yourself, that you needed to turn away from sitting here eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, do you know what we could have turned away from? We could have turned away from captivity. Keep reading. What else does it say?
But have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment.
See, understand this, man. These religious leaders that you are trusting yourself in, these religious leaders that you are giving all your love to, are the same people that are throwing you in the bucket. They're throwing you in that Herman crab bucket. They are showing you the false things that they know for a fact is going to keep you banished. And the oppressor is seeing that. And you know, he is putting these religious leaders in your face to keep you enslaved, to keep you against your God when your God told you to what? Come out of here, my people. If you will hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, that you will be on high above all the nations on the face of this earth. But you know what? Your prophets are seeing you. And you know what they're teaching you? It's okay for you to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. It's okay for you to turn away from your God because we all fall short of the glory of God. And these are the reasons why, you know, the Martin Luther Kings, see, the Jesse Jacksons, see, the Catholic priests that you want to sit here and go to, see, these priests and prophets that you call, you know what they do? They see the things that you are doing. They're seeing that you are following them, and they know for a fact, if you will follow your God, you will be out of captivity. But you're not. You're not following your God. You're following their God. And you know who their God is? Caesar Borgia. Brother, you had something? Go ahead.
Sir. What you saying is heavy out of one. I just want to add to it. I'm going to read what it says again. But have seen for the false burdens and causes of banishments. Salaki, sir, as Adawan said earlier, all these people who are supposed to be our leaders hate us.
Definitely.
All of them that rule over us hate us. They for false burdens, we was worried about drinking out of the oppressor's water fountains, right, and not being able to vote when none of that would get us out of captivity.
None of it. None of those things get us out of captivity. And we're going to give a shout out to Captain Yatazak, Captain of 13,000 Yatazak, man. He came up in here, man, and dropped some gems before he had to get on the road. Like, all these things that we sitting here, like, these things are false treasures to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. But we think these things are are the things that we should hold on to near and dear. But these things cause us banishment. These things are not what the Lord have for us. What you got to tell someone? Go ahead. Get the mic for that brother one time. Baba Shah.
Yeah, that's why.
Go ahead.
What you saying is. Testing 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, what you saying is so heavy, sir, because the scriptures say, "Envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways."
Right.
But they choose, you know what I'm saying, to choose the enemy's ways instead of choosing the Lord's ways.
Brother, you know what the craziest thing is about our people? The 12 tribes of Israel. They think that choosing the oppressor's ways is choosing the Lord's way. That's what we have been trained to think now by these religious leaders. We think choosing the oppressor's ways and the things that he has going on is choosing the Lord's way. When you don't understand that the Bible says, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. See, the Lord never wanted us to be drug addicts. The Lord never wanted us to be hand in hand with these other nations besides the 12 tribes of Israel. The Lord never wanted us to eat pork, crab, shrimp, lobster, catfish, crawfish, and all these other things. The Lord wanted us to be set apart. Why do you think the Lord called us holy? The definition of holy is to be set apart and to be separate. To be a peculiar people. He said that you are a royal priesthood, a chosen generation, a peculiar people. But you know what we're settling for right now in this world that we're living in? What John Legend said, we just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go. That's what we're settling for. When the Lord never wanted us to settle in the first place. What you got, you grown? Go ahead.
So like, if I may, sir,
Go ahead.
we settled for integration.
Yeah.
When segregation was the most powerful thing for us at the time because it meant that we had to be together.
Brother.
But they made it a point to have us integrate with everybody, and you know what that caused? That caused a collapse of our whatever, our status.
Yeah.
That caused us to fall more as a people. That was strategic.
Yeah.
That was integration was warfare.
Brother, everything against the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians was strategic warfare. These things that happened against our people, it wasn't just a coincidence. These things wasn't just something that they just thought out of nowhere. Everything was strategic warfare to keep the mighty people down. Not because we were mighty in numbers, but because the Lord made us mightier than them naturally. Hey, brother, we're going to go ahead and get into the massacres. I know I went ahead and sent you all the criteria and all the material that you'll need for this. If you don't mind, Baba Kasha, let's go ahead and get into the things that I sent you about the massacres that happened between the black.
Come on, sir.
And if I could, before you go into that, man, I just want y'all to understand this. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the oppressor is looking at you, and not only is he looking at you, he is laughing at you.
Right.
If we go into Lamentations, go back to Lamentations real quick. Go to verse 15. Verse 15.
Come, this is the book of Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem,
Keep going.
saying, "Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty?"
Understand this. Keep going. Go ahead, read the rest of it, brother. I'll get into it after you read the rest. Go ahead.
The joy of the whole earth.
Look, understand this, man. You have oppressors looking at you right now like, hey, psst, psst. Do you see these? Do you see them? Do you see these blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Do you see that they out here on these stripper poles? Do you see they out here on Bissonnette and Plainfield selling their box? Do you see that they out here drug dealers? Do you see that they're out here drug users and drug addicts and crackheads and dope fiends? Do you see them? Man, look at them. Man, this is who the Lord chose? This is who the Lord said are a mighty and royal priesthood, a chosen generation, a peculiar people. Yeah, they're peculiar, all right. You are allowing these oppressors to look at you and laugh at you because you won't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Us as a people, we as a people will not come back and listen to the voice of the Lord our God to observe and do all his commandments. See, y'all think the Bible is just what your religious pastors have told you. You think the Bible is just what these Bible thumpers, as y'all call them. This is just what they told you to do. No, this Bible is your blueprint.
Right.
This Bible is your black history, your Native Indian history, your Latino and what they call them, the La Raza, the hermanos, the family, the brothers, the sisters. This is our book. The 12 tribes of Israel. This is your book to teach you and tell you who you should be, how you should walk, how you should talk, how you should not sit here and be friendly. See, you know what's crazy? When a black person see another black person, are you friendly to them? Nah, you're not friendly. You looking at him like, what's good, my name? But do you do that with a white man? Do you do that with an oppressor? Do you do that with a Chinese man? Nah, you know what you do? You bow your head to them like, how you doing? Why are we so friendly with these oppressors, but we so stronghold and stiff with our brothers and our sisters? See, this Bible is telling you that love that you showing for your oppressor, you should have been showing it for one another. You love your neighbor as yourself. You know who you're treating like your neighbor? The oppressors that's sitting here mutilating you. The oppressors that's sitting here and used to wear the skin of your ancestors on their feet. They used to go to the gas stations and the stores to buy your ancestors' organs and their parts for trophies. And if you think I'm lying, we can get into it today. We could talk about the massacres. We can talk about the meat farms when it comes down to the mutilation of blacks. Because we already talked about the ones with the Native Americans. It said that they were mutilated to the point where what? The participants looked and was like, oh, God dang. Like, I ain't know we was going that far. I thought we were just going ahead and unaliving them and we going to keep it moving. But nah, y'all taking it to the next level. Y'all keeping parts of them just for trophies? Do you know what that sounds? Do you know what that sounds like to me? They treated us like they treat rhinoceros.
Yeah.
They're treating us like they treat what? Lions and giraffes and deers. Like how they treat the animals in the safari. That's how they treated blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. But yeah, y'all sitting here at the party with them. Y'all sitting here popping bottles with these oppressors. Y'all sitting here saying because he know how to swag surf, because he know how to South Dallas boogie and South Dallas swag, you know what he can do? Because he know how to South Side, he can come on to the cookout. Nah, they not invited here. And that's the mindset we all got to have, that they're not invited to where we come together because they're not our people. They can invite each other to the cookouts that they have with the potato salad with the raisins in it. They can go over there and have those cookouts. You know what? Our cookouts is only for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
And just be mindful of these things. Like, you know, the I.S.U.P.K, we got cookouts everywhere. Well, they got the Philly cookout this year. They got the what is it? The Tennessee cookout? The Nashville cookout. You know the South, the down South, we gonna have a cookout. We got cookouts just for our people. Why do y'all want to invite people that don't care about y'all? People that had their cookouts and their cookouts had your ancestors hung over a pit where your ancestors' skin was the firecrackers. Think about that. The popping that you normally hear, that popping was your ancestors. That was your great-great-grandfather or great-great-grandmother's skin popping over a fire while they sitting here taking photographs of it. But you want to invite them to yours. Something that's just for you. Go ahead, brother. Let's go ahead and get into these massacres that happened with the Negroes, brother.
Come. Black History Massacres. United States Slavery Era and Early America. The New York Slave Revolt of 1712. After enslaved black people, many black people were executed brutally by colonial authorities.
Let's go ahead and get into it, brother.
Come. New York Slave Revolt of 1712. The New York Slave Revolt of 1712 was an early organized uprising of enslaved black people against colonial authorities in New York City, occurring in April 6th. On April 6th, 1712, it reflected the growing resistance to slavery in the northern colonies and led to harsh legal and social repercussions for the city's black population.
Go to the backgrounds. What else is it say?
Come. This is the backgrounds.
Matter of fact, go to key facts real quick. We ain't gonna skip over that. Let's go ahead and get it.
Come. Key facts. The date was April 6th, 1712. In the year 1712. Location: New York City, province of New York. Participants: enslaved black people, some indigenous allies. Casualties: 9 whites killed, about 70 black people arrested. Executions: 27 enslaved rebels executed.
Understand this massacre right here, this New York City slave revolt. This is already talking about your people. Not only is it black people, but what else did it say, brother? Didn't it say indigenous?
Sir, it said indigenous allies.
See, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, understand, we've been together longer than what you think. See, we always want to sit here and say, you know what, we'll sit this one out. But if you look at 1712, April 6, 1712, it seemed like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we wasn't sitting nothing out because we were all one. Why do you think in the book of Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1, it says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation that's not desired.
Right.
See, we were not desired in this land. You see, right here, it lets you know. We were together. Not as people that were separate, but as one. Because the same way that black people were being unalived, the Native Indians were being unalived too. Right. The Gadites were being unalived as well. Brother, what you had? I know you had something, brother. Go ahead, get in with it. Oh
yeah, so like if I may, it said about 70 were arrested and 27 were executed. But dealing with the oppressor, we understand that the numbers are always far more than what they put on paper.
Brother, whatever the numbers that they put on paper, go ahead and triple that. If not triple that, quadruple that. You might as well put 10 times that. Because they're never going to let you know the true numbers because they didn't keep count of how many people that they unalive and mutilated and taken from them homes and sent to different places and sent in cages. They're not going to keep number of that. Why? What if they say that a non-oppressor was what? 3/5 of a man? They didn't even count you as a full man. So why do you think that they are going to keep count of how many that they unalived and how many that they sat here and put in prison or put in jail? You think they're really keeping count of that? They don't care. Brother, let's keep reading. What else we got?
This is the background.
All right.
By the early 18th century, New York City, which had one of the largest enslaved populations in the British North American colonies, harsh labor conditions and restrictive laws fueled resentment among enslaved black people. The result was influenced by black. It's like
Take your time, brother.
it says a word they.
Take your time.
All right, concert. By African-born individuals who had prior experience with warfare or rebellion before enslavement.
Keep going.
Come.
The uprise.
The uprising. Late on April 6, 1712, a group of 24 enslaved black people set fire to a building near the northern edge of the city.
Understand this, man. Our people were tired. Our people were tired of being what? It says what? Enslaved. So they're trying to fight. See, our people have always been fighters, so they're trying to fight. They're trying to get out of being enslaved. Because like I said, we already know about the transatlantic slave trade and all these other things. But these people, our brothers and sisters were what? They were trying to get out. And it said that they did what? Set fire to a building near the north edge of the city. Keep reading.
Come. As white colonists came to extinguish the blaze, the rebels attacked them with guns, hatchets, and knives, killing several. The city's militia quickly suppressed the uprising, capturing most participants within hours.
See, our people were like, you know what? Let's try to fight this. We are enslaved. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to fight. They're trying to get out of there. They're trying to sit here and what? Have the life that they were supposed to have from the beginning. And what happened? Within hours, they were all what? Captured. Or unalived. Keep going.
Come. Repression and aftermath. Colonial authorities responded with swift and brutal punishment.
They did what?
Colonial authorities responded with swift and brutal punishment.
People that were trying to just live their lives before they were enslaved and sold as cattle were met with what? Swift and brutal punishment for just wanting to go back to having a normal life. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound like what we're going through right now? Anytime a black or a Hispanic or a Native Indian is just trying to have a normal life and fight for it and try to push back against the oppressor, they're always met with brutal force. Anytime that they sit here and speak against what the oppressor has against them and the laws that they set against them, what are they always met with? Brutal force. It says that they were met with brutal force and what? Go ahead, keep going, brother.
Come. Colonial authorities responded with swift and brutal punishment. 27 enslaved people were executed, many by burning or hanging.
They were executed by what?
Many by burning and hanging.
See? Do you see how your oppressors treat you? They treat you like what? Nothing. What you got, brother? Go ahead.
So like if I may, we got punished for, an appropriate response. Imagine you being kidnapped and forced to work against your will. What would you do?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking. What would they do if they was in that position? You know what I'm saying? Were they not just to fight back for themselves after being kidnapped from their home, not bothering nobody?
Right. Brother, let's just go. Let's go a little bit further. Just think about it. We all one people. What would you do? Your sons and daughters were taken in the middle of the night, chained together. You and your family were chained together, sent on ships. I'm talking about women while you're on your cycle. You don't have no tampons, no diapers, no Depends, no pads, no nothing. Y'all are sent on ships, barely being fed, to be sold, some as a family, some to be apart. And then you're getting whipped because you're not picking cotton fast enough. You're not tilling the land of these people that took you from your original land. What would you do? What would you do as a man to have to wait at the side of master's crib for your wife to come out to clean her out because she has been sodomized by your oppressor? Sisters, what would you do to see your strong husband be pinned down and bondaged down by pipes and locks and chains and being buck broken? What would you end up doing? You don't want to fight against that. You don't want to rebel against that because that's not the life that you were living. You had an easy life. You had a life that was meant for you at first. But then some colonizers came and took that life from you. And now you have to live the life that they want for you. You will want to fight back too. But when you decide to fight back, what do they meet you with? They meet you with what? Hangings and burnings. People being unalive, people being mutilated, chopped up in body pieces. And then you're seeing your husband roped up with all that wood underneath him and a blaze of fire being set underneath him. And you can hear the screams. This is what they did to Native Americans, the Native Indians, the indigenous people. This is what they did to the Latinos. This is what they did to the blacks. You had something, brother? You ain't got nothing? What you got? What you got, you growing?
So like if I may imagine getting punished for self-defense.
Brother, imagine being punished just because you just want to live a life that was the life you was living before. You're forcing me to live a different life of oppression. But I'm telling you, I just want to live the life that I've been living, which was following the laws, statutes, and commandments. See, if we would just follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, we wouldn't have to worry about this. But we're not. Our people decided to follow these other gods. That's why we have people in the Nation of Islam and what else? The Catholic Church, the Christian Church. We have people that the Moorish. Instead of following the laws, statutes, and commandments in the King James 16:11. Go ahead, brother.
So like I said, that's why that scripture that you pulled earlier, Lamentations 2:14, is so important. You know what I'm saying? Because they gave us all of these, and now we're led by leaders that hate us, that lead us into destruction.
They lead us into what?
Into destruction.
Go ahead, brother. Keep going. You like, brother, you saying something heavy. Everything that we are dealing with right now is because of the leaders that we chose. See, I'm gonna just be real with you. Y'all chose Martin Luther King. Y'all chose him. Mr. I have a dream that one day black man and white man and black girl and white girl will all be joined together and hold hands and say, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. Were we ever free? I think we were freer when we didn't follow Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King been against us. You want to know why Martin Luther King said he wanted little white girls and little black girls and little black boys and white boys together, hands in hand? Because he wanted to be called that nigga tonight when he had that threesome with them heathens. I don't know if a lot of y'all saw it, but you know Martin Luther King did an interview after that I Have a Dream speech, right? And he said we are a long ways from what he saw. And he fears that the dream he once had has turned into a nightmare. I know for a fact I ain't the only one that saw that. Am I the only one that saw that interview? That interview was on YouTube. I pray y'all sit here and actually go look at that interview. He said the dream that I once had has turned into a nightmare. And he feels like he led his people into a burning bush. And they are far from the dream that he had. Because the dream he had from the beginning was a nightmare. What you got, brother?
So like if I may, so I got Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 1 right here.
Is that the I had dream, brother?
Go ahead. One of them.
Go ahead, brother.
If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder. Verse 2, and the sign or wonder come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them.
Look, brother, let me tell you something. You got to watch out for these dreamers. You got to watch out for the people that says, I have a dream. You got to watch out for them. Because you know what dream they are sitting here and telling you? He's leading you into a nightmare. See, this dream, it's not really a dream of your people, being prosperous. This dream is leading you into following these other nations and these other gods and these other prophets that he follows, not the Lord, not the people that the Lord set forth, but the people that were set on this earth to what? Go against you. Go ahead, brother. What you got? Go ahead.
That's why Martin Luther King's dream was a nightmare, and it had nothing to do with the Lord.
Exactly.
You understand? That dream caused us to give up everything. That dream caused us to give up. It caused us to do the opposite of what the Lord told us to do, which was to be one. And that's not one with everybody. It's one as a nation. But Martin Luther King wanted us to come together with everybody, and in the long run, that destroyed us.
Brother, go to Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 25. Let me show you Martin Luther King in the Bible. Let me just go ahead and the book of Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 25. What you got, brother?
Looking for the book of Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 25. I have heard what the prophets said, that prophesy lies in my name.
See, this is about Martin Luther King. This is about Jesse Jackson. This is about your religious leaders and your religious pastors and your Catholic priests and your NOIs and the Assalamu Alaikum people. It says that they have did what?
They had that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed.
That I have what?
I have dreamed.
Keep going. Nah, go down to 26. What
verse 26. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies?
Look, understand this, man. How long are we going to sit here and listen to these people? You see these false prophets saying, I have dreams. I have dreams. Look, the Lord gave me a dream last night, and the dream that he gave me is that we need to be one. We got to be one together. What has us being one together done? It says that during the massacre, what happened? What did it say in the us revolting in the New York revolt? It said that they did what?
The colonial authorities responded with swift and brutal punishment.
See, this dream that Martin Luther King had. See, I guess the Edomites didn't hear about this dream. Keep going.
27 enslaved people were executed, many by burning or hanging.
They said 27 were what?
27 enslaved people were executed, many by burning or hanging.
Keep going.
The event prompted the New York lawmakers to enact even stricter slave codes, severely limiting the rights of both enslaved and free black residents and intensifying surveillance and control.
Go to the Stono Rebellion.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is the Stono Rebellion, one of the largest slave uprisings in colonial colonial America. Many enslaved black people were killed in the aftermath.
Keep going.
The Stoner Rebellion was a major slave uprising that took place on September 9th, 1739, near the Stoner River, about 20 miles southwest of Charleston, South Carolina, led by an enslaved man by the name Jimmy, also called Cato. The revolt was one of the largest organized insurrections by enslaved black people in the British mainland colonies before the American Revolution.
Understand this, man. Black people, we tried. Our black people, they tried to revolt. They tried to have their rebellion. And you know what happened every time we tried to rebel? Because we didn't do it with the Lord. We didn't do it the way that we were supposed to because we were already under the captivity of our oppressors. Massacres. Keep reading. Go ahead and go to the uprising. What does it say in the uprising?
Come. Early on Sunday morning, roughly 20 enslaved men broke into Hutchinson's store at Stono Bridge, seized firearms, and killed the shopkeepers.
Keep going.
Many south toward Spanish Florida, they waved banners, beat drums, and shouted liberty. As they advanced, others joined, swelling the numbers to about 60. The rebels killed more than 20 white residents before being intercepted that afternoon.
Understand this, man. Again, this is showing another set of people trying to fight for freedom out of being enslaved by what? Oppressors. See, are these people that are causing problems, or are these people trying to fight for things and fight for freedom after it was stripped from them? Like all the times that we go through all these stories that happen with the Latinos, the Native Indians, and even the blacks. Like, is this us starting the fight? Are we picking fights? Or are we reacting based off of things that are being brought to us and the harsh conditions that they are bringing to our people? And the fact that we just want to live a normal life, a peaceful life, a quiet life that you are taking from us. Keep going. Keep reading.
Come. Killed more than 20 white residents before being intercepted that afternoon by local militia near Edison River. Most were killed in battle or later executed. Some fled and were never recaptured.
Keep reading.
Consequences and legacy. The colonial response was so swift and harsh, South Carolina imposed a 10-year moratorium on slave imports and enacted the Negro Act of 1740, which circulated assembly, literacy, and self-employment among enslaved people. Despite position, Stono became a symbol of black resistance and courage.
Look, understand this, man. Our people had the spirit to fight. But every time they had the spirit to fight, what were they met with?
Swift and harsh punishment.
Swift and harsh punishment. You want to know why? Because the oppressor sit here and they get all their men. They get as many men as possible. You want to know why? Because they knew they could overtake us. Because they had more resources than our people. Our people had to go, break into places to try to find arms because we were never armed. That shows you something. Brother, drop down to where it says the Memphis Massacre off of Reconstruction and post-Civil War terror. Let's go into these other massacres, because we talked about the rebellions. We talked about our people trying to rebel, our people trying to fight for their freedoms, and all this was in the what? The 17s. What did that one say? 1740s, and then before that, what we had, the 1712s, and then you got Nate Turner's rebellion that was in 1831. Let's go into the massacres that occurred, because they don't want you to even think for a fact or for a second that you can stand up to them. Go ahead and go.
Come. The Memphis Massacre of 1866.
Mm-hmm.
The Memphis Massacre of 1866 was a violent racial attack that occurred from May 1st to 3rd, 1866 in Memphis, Tennessee. White mobs, many of them policemen and former Confederates, assaulted, murdered, and terrorized newly freed African Americans, including discharged black Union soldiers, in one of the first large-scale racial massacres of the Reconstitution era.
Understand this, man. Around this time, because this said what? Post-Civil War terrors, right? After the Civil War, they had a massacre. And it was called the Memphis Massacre from, what was it? May 1st to the 3rd, where policemen, and it said also who else? Former Confederates. Not only did they assaulted, they unalived and terrorized newly freed black people. See, this is your oppressor at its finest. See, y'all know how y'all sit here and be saying, like, let's go, let it go. We could do better. We don't have to sit here and keep dealing with these things. We don't have to sit here and keep living this. No, you need to live this. You need to understand that these are the things that sat here and was brought to you. These are the things that was brought to your ancestors. In 1866, they had a massacre in Memphis, Tennessee. And the massacre in Memphis, Tennessee was against your people. Keep going.
Come. Background. Following the American Civil War, Memphis's black population swelled to over 20,000. Many settling near Fort Pickering for safety and work. Tensions simmered between black veterans of the United States colored troops and the predominantly Irish white police force, who resented the soldiers, uniforms, and new freedoms. On May 1st, an altercation between them escalated into mob violence.
Look, go ahead, brother. I'm gonna let you go first. Go ahead, brother. It's all good. It's good. Go ahead.
But don't they like to say that the Irish were enslaved?
Brother, you want to make sure you said it before me, didn't you? I ain't mad at you, brother. I ain't mad. But bro, this is to let you know. So we can fight their wars. See if they got some other batteries or any other batteries charging towards the back. We can fight in their wars, right? We can sit here and make sure that they make it home safely. But if we fight for our freedom, that's a problem. Now, you know what? Hey, brother, you can fight all you want to. But once you get done fighting this war, understand you're still a Negro. You're still a cotton-picking, as they say, coon. Or a porch monkey. or a jigaboo. They don't want you to forget where you came from in their minds. So this Memphis, Tennessee massacre was because what? People had their freedom? Because people were getting freedom because of what they did to serve? And you know what the oppressor couldn't do? The oppressor couldn't let you live. He couldn't let you sit here and think that you were anything besides a what? We all know what the word is. A Negro. Let's say Negro for the time frame, because you know what we deal with nowadays. You can't say it with the ER, because if you say it with the ER, then all of a sudden they want to make sure that you banned from what, YouTube and Facebook and all these other things, because they don't want to hear the truth. Because the truth is so abundant, but it don't want you to hear it. It don't want blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to really hear what they called you. That's why they can stop with the jigaboos and the porch monkeys. Even though the oppressor is the closest thing to monkeys as we done seen and found. Right. They the ones that been born with tails. But you know what you are? You the porch monkey. Seem like the pot is calling the kettle black. These things are happening to our people. The massacres. What you got, brother? Go to the violence. Go to where it says the violence. Let's get into the violence part of it.
Come. This is the violence. Over 3 days, white mobs roamed South Memphis, killing men, women, and children, raping at least 5 women.
Hold on, brother. We not gonna just go past that. Go ahead and what we say, chop and screw it and rewind. Rewind the tape. What did it say? What happened during the violence?
Over 3 days, white mobs roamed South Memphis, killing men, women, and children.
Hold on. Stop right there. See, the mobs. And you know what they said, right? They said it was what mob?
White mobs.
Okay, well, let's back it up a little bit further. In the background, it said that the black people, the black population, to over about 20,000, settled near the Fort Pickening, right? And it said that they were in a dispute with the white police and the soldiers, right? But it said the Irish people were the people that they were having problems with. The Irish. See, around that time, we were plexed up with who? The policemen and the Irish. And you know what they said that happened during the violence? It said, what? Over the 3 days, men, women, and children were unalived. Not only were they unalived, what did these barbarians do to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians?
Sexually assaulting at least 5 women.
Keep going.
And torching nearly every black church and school. Law enforcement and the city officials either participated in or ignored the atrocities. By the time the federal troops restored order, the black community lay devastated.
Understand this. By the time they decided, oh, enough is enough. You done sexually assaulted these women. You done sat here and burned down their homes. You done burnt down their churches. You done burnt down the schools for them that we have set forth for them, because these schools wasn't just our schools. Because nothing is really ours during slavery. You want to know why? Because everything has to have their hands in it. And if it didn't have their hands in it, what did they want it to do? They wanted to take it from you. So what did they do? What did it say? they burnt it to the ground. They set it ablaze, a fire. And it said by the time that the government, by the time the officials and all that said something, what did it say at the end of that, brother?
The black community lay devastated.
Oh, brother. You know, you want to know what's crazy? It's kind of like what they're saying right now with the black vote. You see, right now, and what place right now are they saying that they done took away the black vote? And where?
Memphis.
And where?
In Memphis.
Brother, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence, brother? I just want to know, am I tripping or is history repeating itself? Because now it's saying in Memphis right now, your vote as a black person, it don't matter no more. You go back to being what, 3/5 of a man?
So,
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. I know you got something to say. Go ahead, get in.
so like, not that vote matters, but you know, we are dealing with their grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
The people who participated in this mob
Yep.
are those not children of today's politicians in Memphis.
Hey, brother, look. You know, like I know. You want to know why? You know, like I know. Because we here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, where we sit here and we see the play. We're not sitting here being destroyed from a lack of knowledge, man. This is why we're here, because we love our people. We love our people enough to sit here and say, brother, hey, look, understand the play. Sister, understand the play and protect yourself. Protect your children. Teach your children what is really going on here. Stop putting that shade of ignorance over their eyes. This is the stuff that's happening to us, man. They're unaliving our people. They're sexually assaulting our people. They did it back then, and they're doing it now. You think there's a difference? Hey, Ataza, do me a favor, brother. Hit the fan so that way we can. Your Grum, if you don't mind, Baba Shaw, go down to the New Orleans massacre. No, the fan right there. By the dolly. Flip that switch.
Come on, sir. This is the New Orleans massacre of 1866.
Mm-hmm.
Right, same time.
Uh-huh. I know it, brother. I know it.
White supremacists attacked black citizens and political supporters during Reconstruction. New Orleans Massacre of 1866. The New Orleans Massacre of 1866 was a violent attack on African American Republicans as white allies in Louisiana during the early Reconstruction era. It occurred on July 30th, 1866, as a white mob comprising of ex-Confederates and local police assaulted a convention of delegates advocating for black suffrage.
So we're talking about 2 months later. We're talking about 2 months later? Because in here, didn't it say May 1st through the 3rd? When it talked about the Memphis? The Memphis was May 1st through the 3rd. And then we talk about May, June, July 30th. So you're talking about 2 months. Close to about 3, give or take. What you got, brother?
So Salaki, sir, didn't they just take the rights in Louisiana as well?
Mm-hmm. Brother, let me tell you something. Is this a coincidence, brother? Is this a coincidence? These massacres and atrocities and the things that's going on with the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, brother, this is not a game. Your oppressor sees the play. Your oppressor learned from their ancestors. So you don't think that they're going to come back and do the same thing again? It is up to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to stop it. And the only way we'll stop it is by what? Following the laws, statutes, and commandments. What your God told you to do. He said, hearken diligently. unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments. And he will set you on high above all nations on the face of the earth. But you want to know something? Your oppressor knows about that scripture. And your oppressor knows that in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter what? 28, verse 15? It said if you didn't hearken diligently, then what will happen to you? And then you go back to the book of Jeremiah. The book of Lamentations, chapter 2. And then what do? They send these what? These prophets to teach you to do wrong, because if you knew that eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, smoking drugs, shooting up heroin, snorting that cocaine, selling that stuff to your community, unaliving one another, if you knew that those things would keep you away from God, would we have done it? Would you have eaten pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster if you knew that that would put you at the bottom of the earth? Like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, let's just be real for a moment. If there was a blueprint put right in front of your face, eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, selling drugs, doing drugs, sitting here going against the laws, statutes, and commandments, being I can't even say it that way, being a part of the alternative lifestyle committee, sword fighting and box clashing, if you knew that those things will put you on at the bottom of the earth, would you have done it? Done it that being a prostitute would keep you from being rich? Would you have done it? Would you have done it? I don't know nobody that would willingly sin if they knew that willingly sinning will put them at the bottom. See, if blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians knew that following the laws, statutes, and commandments would put them on top, would make them rich, would give them all the things that they're looking for and all the celebrity and all the clout that they were looking for, you don't think that we would have done it? It's crazy because we try to make sin look good, but if we would have known that righteousness looks better, you don't think that our people would have did it? But we followed the oppressor. We followed their religious leaders, the religious leaders that we put above us. We followed them, not knowing that they were puppets to the original puppet master, which is the oppressor. Brother, is that it on that? Talk to Mom, you got something?
Shalak, if I could.
Go ahead, Art.
What you're saying is so heavy because when Moses was getting our people out of Egypt, they was complaining about the stuff he was doing, you know what I'm saying? They wanted to go back to Egypt. So I'm like, good night. Like, the man got you out of bondage, and you want to go back to bondage?
You want to know why? Because, brother, bondage looks so great and looks so amazing because at that point in time, you don't really have to deal with nothing. Like, what? Okay. We gonna veer off for a moment, all right? Let's get real for a moment. For all my people, before you decided to serve the Lord, what did weed do for you? What did smoking weed do for you? See, your oppressor put these things in front of your face because for these medications, it used to stimulate your mind. It used to make you not think about what you had going on. Same thing like popping them Exos and popping them Jiggers or popping them school buses or popping them Incredible Hulks and popping them bars. Them things put you out of your mind. See, what do people say? Taking them mushrooms or taking them acid pills put you in a psychedelic. It no longer lets you feel the oppression that you're going through. It lets you feel what? It lets you feel happy. It lets you feel free. It puts your mind away from reality. You don't see that as a trick? You don't see that as like having a mouse trap or a bear trap for your people? What you got, your girl? Come on.
Salak, if I may, I just wanted to touch on what that brother said earlier about we wanted to go back to Egypt because what we didn't realize is that freedom costs.
It what?
It costs.
Mm.
It takes actual work to be free.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So, of course, you ain't going to have all the same amenities that you had in Egypt in the wilderness.
Right.
Because now you have to work. Now there's no more McDonald's. Now there's no more Wi-Fi. There's no more phone. There's no more comfort. Now you are uncomfortable. So now you are seeing what true freedom truly is. But that's something that we...
Exactly, brother. We ain't appreciate the life of hardship. See, the things, okay, it's crazy. All right. They said that the best thing of life are what? Have you ever heard saying the best things of life are what? The best things of life are free. That's what they say, right? But they said to have a real good life, what do you have to do? You have to work for it, right? So what are the best things of life? If the best things of life are free, but to have the greatest things and to have the things that you really need will take you working for it. So what are the best things of life? Go, say it again. Get a sister a microphone real quick, because the sister tapped in. Sis, go ahead. What are the best things in life? If the best things in life are free, but if you want the best things for you, it has hard work to go with it. What are the best things in life? Okay. You know what's so easy to get right now? The best things of life that your oppressor has. It's easy for you to get crack. Do you know how many homeless people will beg for money just so that way they can get that next hit of crack? But and hold the sign to the T, I'm trying to tell you. But see, let me show y'all something else. Most of our people don't understand that saying. When it says the best thing of life are free, if we will come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, you will understand to get knowledge, what is it? It's free. The only thing you got to do is tap into these classes and you'll see that the best things of life are free. To follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, it is free. To get into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, it doesn't cost you nothing to get into this school. It doesn't cost you nothing to do your 90 days besides you changing your life. But our mind goes to what? Doing what the oppressor says instead of doing what the Lord said. The Lord gave you laws, statutes, and commandments, and they were what? They were free. It didn't cost you nothing but what? For you to change your life. Like, go ahead, brother. I know. Go ahead.
Hey, what you're saying is heavy, sir. Because you got to ask yourself, when you come into the truth, is that a price that you are willing to pay?
Brother, are you willing to pay the ultimate sacrifice? Because the ultimate sacrifice doesn't cost you a dime. It doesn't, the ultimate sacrifice does not tell you to turn your pockets inside out and give me all your money. The ultimate sacrifice is you choosing to serve the Lord over yourself. Right. To serve the Lord over what you wanted to do. How you wanted to live. The way you want to talk. The way you want to walk. And actually serve the God that's giving you all the blessings that you pray for. You wanted a roof over your head. He gave you that 1-bedroom apartment that you and your 3 kids can sleep in comfortably. But you know what you want? Instead of that 1-bedroom apartment, you want to get on that stripper pole and down. So that way you can go live in the high rises with the white folks and know for a fact every single day you got to deal with a white man doing like this up and down your crevices with $1 bill. See, the Lord gave you that 1-bedroom apartment for you and your 3 kids to stay in as a man. But you know what you rather had did? Look at the flick of the wrist. You rather made sure that man soft got rocked up and stay hard so that way you can serve it to your community for you to stay in what, them high rises, and now all of a sudden you got to deal with the police kicking down your doors and throwing your children on the floor with guns pointed to their heads saying, get down on the ground. If you move, I'm going to shoot you. And your children looking for you to be their what? Their superhero, but you don't have no might in your hand because you gave it all to your oppressor because you are sitting here doing the opposite of what your God told you to do. And you talking about the massacres? You're such a black historian. I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm bliggity, and I'm black, y'all.
Right.
But yeah, your children on the ground with guns pointed to their heads because you want to sit here and look at the flick of the wrist. But you a man. But you a real woman. You are an independent woman. But yeah, you looking at master do like this up and down your box and sitting here doing this before they give you that one little dollar because that's how you make it through college. That's how you make it for your children to live. You become a trick. Oh, I'm tricking these men to pay money. So you become you a hoe. You a prostitute. Because the only way that you can get a trick is for you to be a trick. Dang. The only way a man can trick on you is for you to be the trick. The only way for a man to and spend money on you is for him to see you on a cell phone, a television screen, getting what, mail sent because you sending your bra and panties that you do. Bro, come on now. Our people are being destroyed for $1. And we talking about the massacres of our people. We talking about our people being massacred for what? Little to nothing. Our people are rebellion. Like they're saying, you know what? The hell with being enslaved, where we are being unalived, sexually assaulted because we want freedom. And y'all doing the same exact thing that they did not want. They didn't want to be sexually assaulted. You know what you're doing? Putting yourself in the lines to be sexually assaulted. They wanted freedom. And you know what you're doing? You are enslaved yourself by doing the new age and day slavery. You're growing what you got. And the Tazawam, I got you. I saw you. I got you next, all right? Go ahead.
So I can't help but to get this point. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're saying is heavy.
Go ahead.
You understand? This is why I come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments is so important, because you get to realize that if the Lord will feed the animals, what makes you think he ain't going to feed his children? Mm-hmm. The Lord don't want us out there living a degenerate lifestyle. He wants us to be safe. He gave us directions to be safe. Not only to be safe, but to be better than everybody.
Exactly. Hey, Tazawam, what you got, brother? Go ahead. Hey, I got you.
Shalak, if I could, I don't know if you heard that story with the mother who left her 2 kids at home and she went to a funeral out of town.
Go ahead, bring it up.
Yeah, so basically,
talk about it.
You know what I'm saying, the women want to, you know what I'm saying, praise women, you know what I'm saying, especially past this Mother's Day, past weekend. Stories coming out about black women being monsters toward their baby daddies, or leaving their kids at home, or just, you know what I'm saying, doing domestic violence with the kids in the house and stuff. Just like a whole bunch of crazy stuff, sir, that's been going on in the news lately with single mothers.
Brother, let me tell you something. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we got to learn how to not parent. Like, this is something that we got to understand. And I know we getting away from the massacres and all that stuff, and that's okay. Because, you know, we got plenty of time to talk about the massacres. Let's get into some real stuff. We cannot sit here. Okay, hey, somebody get up the scripture, train up a child in the way that they should go. Since we're gonna bring it up and let's get into it real quick, all right? One of y'all brothers pull that scripture, train up a child in the way that they should go. Because we cannot parent the way that we were parent. Because the way that we were parent, it was the way that our parents were parented. And their parents were parented. And it was just a cycle of confusion, a cycle of misstructured, you know, and we got to go with the Bible say. Go ahead, bring out the scripture, brother. What did the Bible say?
Khan, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go.
Understand this. If a black woman, a black man, Hispanic woman, Hispanic man, Native Indian woman, Native Indian man, if you train up a child in the way that they should go, would you leave them at home? I got a question. Would you leave them at home by themselves? Would you leave them at home to fend? I don't give a damn if you, Salakia, I don't care if you bought 3 boxes of pizza and said, hey, I'm going to be gone for 6 hours because I got to drive from Houston to Shreveport and come back for a funeral. I don't care. If you train up a child in the way that they should go, would you leave them by themselves to fend for themselves? Okay, I gotta even let's go even smaller. You know, maybe I was over dramatic when I said leave them, go to Shreveport and come on back. Let's let it go. Do you want your child on that stripper pole? Do you want your child selling drugs? Do you want your child to sit here and go to school and act a fool? If you training up a child in the way that they should go, then that means you shouldn't be like the baddies. You shouldn't be sitting here fighting because somebody stepped on your J's or somebody stepped on your Air Force Ones. You shouldn't be out here doing the same crazy things that your children are doing at school. Your children are a reflection of you. So if your child is sitting here going to school, jumping off walls and doing all kind of crazy things, you know why? Because at home, that's what they're seeing you do. They're not seeing anything structured. They're seeing that their mother or their father has some women or men coming in and out of the house at all times of the night. So they don't know what structure really looks like because at 3 o'clock in the morning, they're hearing the door open and shut or open and slam or hearing arguments at night. You're sitting here seeing that you are unstable. They're having to, you want to know what's crazy? Your 3-year-old child is having to tap you on your face to wake you up because what? You done got so high that you done fell asleep instead of cooking them food. And they're hungry and they're tired and their diapers or their pull-ups is full of doo-doo and piss. Your child is having to be the adult. The Bible says for you to do what? What does it say? It says for you to
train up a child in the way he should go.
Keep reading.
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Understand this, man. This is what we supposed to be doing. We supposed to be training children up in the way that they should go. So that way when they get older, they will not depart. This is what we miss. See, this is the reason why we're doing class on Tuesday. We're trying to tell you and show you that these are the things that happen to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. See, we're training our children up in the way that they should go. We're letting our children know, letting them know that these are the massacres. These are the injustices. These are the atrocities that happen against our people. Hey, no, I'm teaching class right now. You to walk? I'm gonna give you a call back once I get done. All right. All right, long class. This is what we're doing here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We're teaching our children. Look, these are the things that happen. These are the injustices that happen. The brother George Floyd did not have to be unalived. See, we didn't have to deal with the Memphis massacre. We didn't have to deal with the New York riots and the rebellion and the revolt that happened. We didn't have to deal with the Native Indian Removal Act. We didn't have to deal with Operation Wetback. These things we didn't have to. The New Orleans massacre. See, these things that we didn't have to deal with these things. You know why we had? You know why we dealt with them? We dealt with them because we didn't serve our God. We dealt with them because we would not do the simple thing. And the simple thing was to choose life over death. For some, it doesn't seem simple. But for those that read the scriptures, those that are hearing the knowledge, you understand this. It's life or death. Go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, and start at verse 1.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Is what?
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
Understand. If thou come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Prepare your soul for Apocrypha, sis. It's in a prepare your soul mind. Prepare your soul for temptation. Prepare your soul to go through hardship and pain. Prepare your soul to go through the things that your body. Keep going.
Verse 2. Set thy heart aright. Set thy heart aright.
Keep going.
And constantly in
And do what?
And constantly in.
See. Set your heart aright. It says to set your heart aright. It's telling you to put your mind, because you got to understand your heart is not just talking about your heart. Because if it's saying set your heart aright, if I got the heart that's beating right here, how do you set it aright? There's no way to set this heart aright. It's to have the mental mind endure.
Right.
Set your heart aright. So set your mind to constantly endure. Set your mind to go forth and fight anything that comes. Set your heart aright.
Come. Verse 4. Whatsoever is hard upon thee, take fully.
Understand this. You're going to go through hardships. You're going to go through what? Desolation. You're going to go through things that are going to destroy you. They try to sit here and break you. But during those times, take it with all cheer. Put a smile on your face and be like, you know what? Things that come. It's because there's something greater that's happening. And the greatness that the Lord has for you through all this pain that you have to go through. Keep reading. And
Lower state.
time you try to stand up, it seems like somebody right there to he in box. Hey, keep them hands up. Keep slipping. It's gonna come with act. In these classes, we don't went through a lot, but it says set your right. All these things, you know what? Take it with you. You know why? Keep reading. What things with cheer? But now that we're deciding, now we have the opportunity right here, right now. Even though all these things have happened, we have opportunity to change it for our people that didn't have the opportunity to change it. What is
Gold tried in fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
understand this, man? Brothers and sisters, if you want to be acceptable unto the Lord, understand the affliction. You gotta go through that fire. We done been through the fire. Like, we're not done with all the massacres. We ain't even scratched the surface to Negroes, to our black. We ain't even talked about what happened with the Haitians and Jamaicans. We ain't talked about what happened to the Dominicans and the Puerto Ricans. What you got to talk to one?
If I could, a report just came out. Trump just said he doesn't care about Americans' financial well-being. He's more concerned about Iran.
Your president, because he ain't my president, you know. If we talking about my president is the Most High God. My president is about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
Your president said he don't care about you. My president said, you know what, you got to go through the furnace of affliction to get to me. While you going through the furnace of affliction, dealing with these oppressors and all this oppression because you decided to disobey me, take it with all cheer. See, hey, you want to know what's crazy? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we always look for the more gangster person to sit here and follow. Who more gangster? I don't care about what's going on. Only thing I care about is the war in Iran. Or the person that sat here and say, you know why you going through all this? Because you ain't listened to me. So now you got to go through the fire to get to me. So what are you going to do? You gonna be man enough? You gonna be man enough to stand with me? Or you gonna be a coward and go run back to your oppressor that don't care nothing about you? You want to know what's crazy about that, brother? See, y'all see that as something else. See, being in the truth for a long time, when stuff like that go on, that means the truth is being said, brother. You got to understand that we had the most gangster, we had the most gangster warlord possible. And that's the Most High God. All this stuff that we dealing with is because we have been disobedient. Next week, we're going to get into more massacres. And we're going to get into more atrocities that happen against the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And with that, we're going to say Imagine, which means to stand. We're going to say Sar, which means to face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, then in English. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Daba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Ashah, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Natatanawa, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kawa Watnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kaba Watnawa, Wala'ah, Dabayayanawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hayashanawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwat, Wahala, Wahatapara, La'awalamyam, Aman, in the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Sar, which means to face the front. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, then to the sisters. Men of Israel, Maj, Shabbat, Maj, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah Brakatah, Yat Matah, Sar, which means to face the sisters. Men of Israel, Maj, Barak, Yahweh Shah. Yat Matah, class dismissed. Most High in Christ is Most High in Christ.